Hello, hello. Welcome to the latest edition of Falcons in Focus. I'm Terrin Waack, joined per usual by Tori McElhaney, and also joined by, I'm not going to botch this, Ruke Orhorhoro. Did I get it?
Said it right.
Ooh.
Like row your boat.
Exactly.
There we go. I was stressing about that one.
Three rows.
First and foremost, we have to give credit where credit is due for this studio. As the official ticket marketplace,
Yep.
oh gosh,
You got it.
of the Atlanta Falcons and the NFL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game. Whether you're cheering on the Falcons at home or away, Ticketmaster has you covered. Download the Ticketmaster app or find tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Falcons. That's Ticketmaster.com/Falcons. Now let's get to the fun part. So I know Ruke is short for something. I'm not gonna try.
The way you just went right in.
Okay, I see how we're starting this. Okay, I see.
I need to know.
I see. All right, so my full name is Ogene Ruke, and it means God has done so much for me.
Oh, I didn't know it had a meaning to it. I just saw that I just saw it online, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna need him to. Okay, you said
Ogene
Ogene.
Ruke. That's where the root comes from.
Right.
Ruke.
Ruke.
Ogene Ruke.
Yep.
Orhorhoro.
Mm-hmm.
What's your middle name?
Dawn.
No way.
D-O-N?
Mm-hmm.
All right. They ran out of letter count on the birth certificate.
That's so good. Okay, so we don't do this segment for everyone, so you should feel special because we're about to we're bringing back a segment that we only have when a guest with enough information about them that we find interesting enters into the studio.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
So this is called Explain Yourself.
Okay.
And what we'll do is Terrin and I will go back and forth. We have 3 facts that we've kind of dug up about you, and you have to
explain myself.
There you go. Okay,
Quick
so are you
learner.
ready?
Should I be?
No, these are all good. These are good. These are fun. Terrin, you want to go first?
Is it true you were a cashier at McDonald's?
Yes, that's crazy. I worked there when I was about 16 years old, 15 years old. That was my first ever job, and I was a cashier.
What was your welcoming line?
I really didn't used to say nothing because they tried to make me a cook,
Oh.
and it's kind of bad. I don't know. I told them I was allergic to grease, but I'm not allergic to grease.
Bro, no way.
So they just stuck me in the cashier, and I was there for the whole summer. That was my summer job.
Do you have a crazy story from like someone coming in? Because you always see some
you
wild
do
stuff.
see some wild stuff in McDonald's.
Yeah.
Not to memory, that would stick to my memory. I mean, I used to come in on the chill days, really.
Okay.
So the chill days, that's when I would come in.
Right, like not 2:00 in the morning.
Not too.
The hoodlums.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I've never been to a McDonald's at 2 a.m.
Lies.
Yeah. I definitely have.
Yeah, for real. Okay, next one. Do you have your master's degree?
Yes.
Okay. And you also did 2 internships while you were at Clemson?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. The question here, explain yourself. What was your thesis to get your master's?
My master's? Okay, so I got my first degree in 3 years. And, you know, everybody's plan when you first get to college, like, oh, I'm going to be 3 and out. And then sometimes you get there and you're like, dang, I'm not going to be 3 and out. So that was my plan. That's why I had to set up like that to get my degree in 3 years because – you know, my parents, that's one thing they don't play about. You know, the football stuff is cool, but, you know, you got to get that. You got to get that paper. And so once I got that, I was like, dang, I have more school to do.
And more football to play,
exactly,
too. Yeah.
More football to play. So they
just play.
Shout out to my advisor, Catherine. You know, two options. You know, I could either get another undergrad, which would be quicker because, like, I already have all the prerequisites and stuff out the way, or I could just get a master's. And I was like, that's kind of cool, right? We're getting a master's. I might as well get the master's. And so I went ahead and did that. Took me like a year and a half to complete, and I'm glad I did it.
Master Ruke.
Master Ruke.
A master's in
Master
what?
Ruke. Athletic leadership.
Ooh, that's fun.
Do all masters have to do a thesis? I clearly did not get one.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a master's. That's it.
That's all I know.
Right, yeah. So the last one we have, and Terrin, you take this one.
I took this one a little personally. Mainly because of your reasoning behind it.
You guys came up, I don't know how people even figured out the McDonald's thing, so y'all must have been doing some deep research.
Never Google yourself.
Yeah, this is what we do. You should see us like the couple hours before
That's
y'all
crazy.
come and sit
McDonald's,
down.
I even forgot I worked there. To be honest.
We all had those random jobs.
That was my, and I did landscaping as well too. So I had
I
two
did
jobs.
find that
Yeah, I was
too.
working.
Really?
Oh, you found that too?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
My boy Terry. Shout out to my boy Terry. He in Guam right now. He's in the Marines.
wow.
He's in the Marines, and so he would do landscaping. And so while I was doing McDonald's, I'd go do landscaping with him too.
What
So
did he have you doing? Like,
it was just honestly, it was kind of a setup because I thought landscaping was just like you plant flowers and
flowers.
stuff. Yeah, I'm like, shoot, you about to pay me this much to plant some flowers? I could do that all day.
Yeah.
And I got there and they gave me some gloves and I seen what I had to lift and I was like, okay, I know what type
you're just
of.
moving
I'm
stuff.
just moving stuff. That's why they
Moving
brought me
muscle.
here.
Using you
okay.
for the body.
They was using me for the muscle, man. I was moving rocks, mulch, all types of stuff.
You're like, wait,
All
put me
types
back
of
at
stuff.
McDonald's.
Yeah. I honestly ran back to McDonald's if I'm being
I'll
honest.
take Benadryl. I'm no longer allergic to grease.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, last one.
So
Terrin.
this one is, I read that you originally picked Clemson and like fell in love with Clemson or got interest in Clemson because of EA Sports NCAA football game. Because it's the only one that could beat Alabama. As an Alabama grad.
Fun fact: she
Fun
did
fact.
go to Alabama.
Yeah. But is that true? Was the
Yeah,
video game?
definitely. Because when I first came, so yeah, just a little background. I moved from Nigeria to England, and
We
then
were
I
gonna
moved.
get there.
Oh, we were gonna
Come
get there.
on
My
now.
fault. And then I moved over here.
Spoiler alert.
And so my bad. I was just trying to, I'm trying to adjust, keep up with the kids, see what the kids play. And so that was the first game I picked up was the EA Sports game because I wanted to learn like the colleges and things like that. And yeah, nobody could beat Bama for some reason. Like I would try to play the computer, but I found Clemson and Clemson beat Bama. So anytime my brother would pick Bama, guess what I picked? Clemson.
Did you play as the mascots? That was my
I definitely
favorite
did
setting.
for sure.
Oh,
sure.
that's so fun.
I feel like you had to play. If you didn't play
Yeah.
it, like where was your childhood if you didn't play with the mascots?
Sad.
You know
Your childhood was sad,
exactly. You had
I
to
would
be.
play a Stanford just to be like the tree. It looked like a Christmas
That's
tree
crazy.
running around.
That is crazy. I hope they bring that back.
They should. They really should.
Specifically the mascot setting.
The mascots.
Yeah.
They have to bring the mascots. And there's going to be new graphics, new updated
Uh-huh.
stuff. I'm sad I'm not going to be on the game, but that's a story for another time.
We'll get into that in
Yeah,
part
we'll
two.
get into that in part two. Yeah.
No. So I'm glad you brought up the born in Nigeria, moved to England, and then moved to the United States when you were 8 or 9 years old. Can you tell us a little bit about that time period in your life? I know you're very, very young for a lot of it, but what do you remember about kind of, obviously you probably don't remember moving from Nigeria to England.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Right,
one bit.
yeah.
I just remember waking up in England.
Right. I'm here.
I'm here.
But no, what was it kind of like? Because Terrin and I we talked about this. I've never like moved out of the state. I've moved schools like within the state and everything. Terrin's,
I'm on like my 6th state.
yeah,
Sixth
Terrin
grade, okay.
Terrin moves
But all
frequently.
U.S.
Yeah, but what
Frequently.
what was it like to go from England to the United States, like in a time period of your life that's very formative?
Yeah, honestly, it's just like you don't realize what's going on when you're so young.
Yeah.
Like you're just wherever my dad and mom goes, that's where I'm gonna go. You know, I have no say so. So wherever they pick, that's where I'm gonna go. But as I got older and I had more time to just reflect on my life because sometimes my life moves so fast. You have to sometimes just pause and smell the roses and look back to what got you to where you are. And so just realizing like the culture change, it was just such a big culture change because honestly over there it's just gloomy. It really is gloomy. If I'm being honest, it's gloomy over there, but there's good days. And the main sport over there is football as well, but it's
Right.
not American football, it's football. So when I got over here, I'm like, football is soccer, and I was just learning all that stuff, the new terminology. It's kind of cool, especially being at that young age and getting exposed to so much stuff and so many different things. I feel like it helped me kind of mold me into the man I am today.
Do you have memories from England, or is that still
Yeah,
too young?
definitely. I went to St. Patrick's. I know that it was a green school. It was called St. Patrick's, and I hope it's still there. And then my brother, he went to a school called St. Thomas Aquinas.
That's so
The
great.
schools. I like how
Yeah, all the
are
schools, like their uniform, and they're so like they're mostly Catholic schools over there.
Right.
And yeah, that's pretty much how that's how the flow was over there.
Interesting.
Was it difficult to switch from uniform? Did you go to public school once?
Yeah,
in
I
the
went to
States?
public school
Yeah.
and it caught me so off guard. I'm like,
I did that
you can wear
switch.
whatever you want to school. Like I was so like everybody saying, yeah, back to school shopping. I'm like, you just don't get a uniform, like, you know, because I wore uniform all my life, and you know,
it's a hard switch.
It is a hard switch because you don't have to think about what you're gonna wear. You just wake up, okay, it's either I'm wearing a sweater or a polo today. I'm gonna wear my khakis for sure and my shoes. It's so easy and simple.
Mine was like skirt or jumper. What am I gonna do?
Quick, it's simple and quick. It's honest. It's efficient. And you know, it saves time in the morning when you're looking at your closet like, dang, what should I wear today to school?
When now y'all moved to Michigan, is that correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I read something, and you can tell me if this is true or not, but when you moved to Michigan, it was like the first time that you saw snow?
Yes.
Do you remember?
It definitely was.
Do you
It was
remember
the first time because it definitely doesn't snow in Nigeria.
Right. I see.
If it snows in Nigeria, then something is
Something's
completely wrong with this world, honestly, if it ever snows in Nigeria. And I don't think it snowed in England. I don't remember. The weather was just so consistent. It was just gloomy, you know, and not gloomy in a bad way, but you know, like it's just
darker.
Yeah, it's darker. It's darker during the day. And so when I came to Michigan, I probably didn't even know what snow was for real. And just thinking back to when I really first saw snow, like it wasn't just regular snow. I'm in Michigan, guys.
Yeah.
So you guys, it's not just 2 inches, man. I'm talking about foot of snow just on a random day. It'd just be sunny, and 3 hours later there's a foot of snow, and the wind chill is like 20 miles per hour. Your lips are chapped as soon as you walk outside. Your hands hurt. You know, everything's aching. Yeah. And, you know, that's when I learned people have snow days. I did not know that. My siblings, they sat in front of the TV and they would wait for their school to pop up on the little canceled snow day thing. Yeah. And I was excited about that. I'm like, hey, I get to stay in the crib for another day. So you know, I'm not too mad about the snow.
Yeah.
Did you
too mad about the snow.
have any rituals to kind of like help aid a snow day? I'm from Illinois, so we always put a spoon
flush
under.
toilet. You would flush.
What?
You would flush ice down the toilet.
We would put a spoon under our pillow.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of that one.
Y'all, everybody always makes fun of the South for having a weird thing.
Nah, because this was the odd. See,
No,
I don't.
You wanted a snow day.
I can't explain the spoon thing.
You're flushing ice down a toilet.
But listen, this was the explanation to it. If a lot of people flushed ice down the toilet, it would freeze the pipes, and you wouldn't go to school. That was the thought process to everybody flushing ice down the toilet.
Man, kids are
in their
stupid.
individual
In their individual homes, exactly.
You might as well send them to school where the toilets
And
work.
flush them at school. You might as well do that, right?
So you bring up your siblings. Now are you the youngest of 7?
Yeah,
8?
I'm the youngest of 7.
Youngest of 7.
Baby, yeah.
What was kind of the age range that we're talking, and what was it like growing up with all those siblings?
This is I feel I'm so bad. My oldest brother, he's probably like 30 something. He has to be like 30. Like,
he's in his 30s.
He's in his 30s. I'll just say that. And then, you know, it's probably like 2-year age gap, 2 years. Because I know the one closest to me, my brother, Emmanuel, he is 2 years older than me, 3 years older than me.
So y'all all were growing up like together. It wasn't like there was a gap in anything. Y'all are pretty much rock solid. What was it like growing up with so many people in the house? And
Man,
I feel like y'all probably got into
it was never a boring day in that house. Like, it's always something going on. These people are arguing. These people are playing basketball outside. I'm running all over and up and down the house looking for food, just messing with my sisters, just annoying them, you know. So it was never a bad day in the house.
Did they baby you?
As
the baby, but also the side question to that is like, do they still baby you even at like 300?
Honestly, low key now they probably baby me more now. If I'm being honest, and that's so backwards. But if they definitely baby me more now. Like my mom always would call me when I was in school, like, you need me to bring you food? You need me to do this? And then my sisters, like, you need me to do this? You need me to do that? I'm very thankful for them. And, hey, I don't mind being babied by y'all. So if y'all see this, don't change anything. Please don't change anything.
Well, obviously your parents, you know, the move from Nigeria to England's one thing. England to the United States is another thing. And then y'all are in school, and as your siblings are growing, like we were reading, and everybody went to college, got degrees, and that was something that was in your household, something that was very, very important. You alluded to it earlier. What were your parents like to kind of, what was it like to have them instill that in you guys? And what do you feel like that teaching embodies in you today?
Honestly, it just just teaches you like discipline and self-discipline. Because shout out to the people that got degrees, man, because school is very hard, and it can be annoying at times, but it does teach you how to persevere. And I like challenges personally, and I would attack every class like a challenge. I hated math.
Yo, same, bro.
Yeah, don't even get me started on math. I prolonged because I only had to take one math class for my degree, and so I told my academic advisor that I want to take it my last semester right before I graduate, because then I knew like I was gonna have that mindset like, all right, if you don't pass this, you're gonna not graduate. Exactly.
I should have done it right away.
So I should have done it. I should have done it right away, honestly. But that was a fun last semester for me, because I started to like it. Ew. I started to like it a little bit. The more I understood it, but. Yeah, it just teaches you how to persevere, because my parents, they harped on that every day. Like, you have to get a degree, you have to go to college, do well in school, things like that. So
you had a stellar GPA. Was it like if you dropped below a B, were you in trouble?
Sometimes. Not in trouble, but you'd get that look, that little yeah, like
did you study
because you're in a house full of 7 and it's a competition. Who gets to go on the fridge? So it was a competition in that house, and my brother Emmanuel, he was probably the smartest one out of all of us, genius, and I would always be jealous, like, dang, I got 1B and he has all A's and little things like that. But that's all a testament to just how good my parents are and how well they raised all of us.
So we'll kind of go backwards a little bit, but you're in high school and you're big into basketball. And you start, I believe it was your high school football coach that kept being like, yo, you want to come play
Come
football?
to the dark side.
Yeah. Walk us through the process of getting interested in football. Because like what you said, it was always something that you were interested in, but you didn't play until your final 2 years of high school.
Yeah, so like I said, when I first got here, the EA game, all types of stuff, and
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's in the game. I liked football. I really did. I always loved football. But when I would try to play it, my mom wouldn't let me, because I was so small at the time. Like, it was like I was probably like soaking wet. I might have been 95 pounds.
So that's one of the funnier things that is a common theme in your story.
Exactly.
So many of your coaches are like, he's a skinny guy at heart.
I was so, because that's what, and when I look in the mirror, I see myself from 10 years ago. Like, all right, Ruke, but
like 190 pounds.
Yeah, 190. But other people, they don't see it as that. But I'm always gonna have that mindset in my mind.
He looks in the mirror like, dang,
just one day I was like, dang, you are getting a little big, Ruke. But I was so tiny. I was always kind of taller for my age
and like lanky.
Yeah. But I was so I was skinny. Just looking back at it, like pictures and stuff, man, I was so tiny. And my mom, she was so scared, like, those guys, they're gonna hurt you. Those boys are gonna hurt you. And I'm just like, Mom, I'm okay. But moms, she's worried about you. Yeah, she's worried about me. So she would let me play basketball because that was safer in her eyes, and
a little less contact.
A little less contact. And so, I did that all up until my junior year. And my coach Corey Parker, shout out to him. He just got a job at Illinois.
Oh, sick.
So, yeah, the DB coach. So, one day he was just like, man, just come try it out. Just come try it out. It won't hurt. And I'm glad he did that, because I wouldn't be sitting here before y'all today. So shout out to you, CP.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, in 2 years and you were ready for college ball. That's
crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Do you because there was something that y'all lost, a heartbreaker in basketball.
We lost.
So sorry to bring it up.
I didn't want to say it, but I didn't know y'all dug that deep, man. You guys, shout out to y'all too, because y'all do great research.
So you're bringing up traumatic memories.
I know.
Please don't bring up that game.
We lost to Ludington. It was a team called Ludington.
Yeah.
A random team. Never heard of them until the day we had to play them in the championship at the Breslin Center, and we lost by a buzzer beater corner 3-point shot.
Woof, man. But the part of this story that I think pertains to what we're talking about is you made a comment that after that you took a day off.
Yeah, me personally, I hate sitting down.
Right, that was what you said. Yeah. You said, I took a day off and I realized I don't like having days off.
I just don't like it. I wanted to get back in the gym, and at the time I was still little. Yeah. I was probably my junior year, going into my junior year,
Y'all, he's about to say he's over like 6'2".
Yeah, I was probably about 6'2", but I was like 195,
Right.
200 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you have to get bigger if you want to play college basketball. Like, tighten up. So, would lift with the football team, things like that. And then that's how the transition kind of flew from there.
What was your first kind of I almost said welcome to the NFL moment, but that you haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
But what was your like welcome to football
Welcome
moment?
to
First
football
hit.
moment.
Yeah.
I would say so. Wow, dang.
Well, what's interesting is in the research we were doing, they said that you originally wanted to be on the offensive side of the ball as like a tight end or receiver.
Oh yeah, high school.
Yeah.
High school.
Good
I
at it.
started off at wide receiver, but I couldn't catch a cold. I couldn't catch a cold
kind
out
of
there.
essential.
Yeah, I could not catch none out there. And then they put me at tight end, and I still couldn't catch. And I found out you had to block. I'm like,
thank you.
I'm not doing that. Somebody else could do that. And so then they put me at linebacker. But, you have to have, like, the football smarts to play that position,
Right.
to run the defense. And
And you just weren't there
I didn't
yet.
have it. I was not there yet. I was probably, like, 2 weeks in, maybe
Crossing
a
off
week in.
positions as he goes.
And then
through the
finally
thing.
they put me at DN/outside linebacker. But, like, I just would rush off the edge. Like, if it's one thing I knew how to do was get to the quarterback.
There you go.
But playing to run, couldn't do that whatsoever because I was still trying to gain my weight, fill my frame. And then finally, my senior year, they're like, all right, you can play, D-end and actually put your hand in the dirt and play first and second down, things like that. I got bigger, got more confident, and, yeah, it went from there. But to say my welcome to
football
moment. So I was recruited to Clemson as a defensive end outside. That's all I played for the 2 years I did play.
Right.
And the day I get there, they moved me to D tackle.
Woof, man.
And
they said you're going to have to gain maybe 40 more pounds.
maybe 40, 50 more pounds.
He wants to be a skinny guy.
And I was a skinny guy. That's who I was. I rode with the skinny guys. And
In your recruiting thing that I was looking at, your recruiting profile, they literally said he's a skinny DT.
I'm a skinny. I was a skinny DT, and so
And you always hung out with the skill set players.
I always DBs, all that. And my roommates, my 4 roommates in college, one was a receiver, one was a quarterback, and 2 DBs. I never lived with no big guys because I still look in the mirror and I see Ruke from 2016.
In the heart.
At heart. That's all that matters. If I see it in my heart, that's all that matters.
I wish I saw 2016 Terrin.
Right, yeah. So they say, we're moving you to DT.
Moved me to DT, and on that line that year, we had John Simpson. He's with the Jets now. Jackson Carman. He's with the Bengals. And just to give y'all a perspective, John is probably 6'5", 6'6", 340.
Yeah.
So he still made you feel small.
Jackson Carman is probably 6'7", 6'8". He was probably like 360 at the time.
Huge individual.
And this is my first day. and this was the offense that had Trevor Lawrence and T. Higgins and all those guys.
Because you came in the year after
after they won, yep.
Okay, yep.
And so I'm just standing out there like, wow, this is real right now. And I got a double team from those guys. And I can say it now. They took me for a ride. It was bad. It was a bad day, and I watched film the next day, and I was like, Ruke, man. And that's when I started eating my burgers, and I was like, all right, you got to get bigger now. The skinny Ruke, he has to die down for a little bit. And
I bury skinny
have to
Ruke.
bury skinny Ruke for just a couple years. And now it's time for big Ruke now. So
There you go.
I read you were a big peanut butter guy.
always
And chocolate milk.
And chocolate milk.
always till this day I still do it. Before basketball games, so weird. I would eat a boiled egg and drink some chocolate milk. It's crazy. It sounds so crazy. Don't ask me why I did
I'm
it.
so sorry.
And
My
I don't
face
know
is-
why my stomach would not hurt from eating such things, such a weird combination. But my coaches knew, like, all right, if we don't get Ruke this chocolate milk and this boiled egg, he's not going to play today. So
Also explains why you were a skinny guy. Just an egg?
just an egg, just one boiled egg, just one. Get your protein and then get your calcium.
How many of the Uncrustables have you had from the facility?
Uncrustables, I don't even want to say the number.
It's okay. I'll go with you. I eat way too
I
many
eat those
of them.
like they're just.
It's like candy.
Yeah,
like,
it
it's
is
just
like
one.
candy. You just grab it, one quick
Right.
one, it's gone in 2 bites.
I mean-
you grab you another one, and you might sometimes you grab 2 or 3 just to put in your pocket.
So when they're missing, I know who took them all.
I took him. I'll admit, I took him, y'all. It was Ruke.
So at what point did you kind of feel like football turned into something that you could see yourself doing for a very long time? Because I think it's one thing to like go to college and, you know, you're 2, 3, 4 years into your playing career. But at what point were you like, wait a minute, like, I love this and I kind of want to do this long term?
It kind of started high school because, you know, you always want to dream big. So my goal was to get to the NBA when I was playing basketball. And when I started playing football, I was like, all right, you know, you have to find a way to get to the highest level, you know, and try to prove yourself. And I'd probably say my second game of my career versus Cody, I had like 3 sacks in the first half. And I was like, okay, maybe you could do this. Maybe there's something here. And then literally the next week, I'm 3 weeks into playing football now into the season. I got my first offer from the University of Toledo. And I was so grateful for that because, man, it takes people years to get, you know, just even one offer.
Yeah.
And I got that one offer in 3 weeks, and then they just kept rolling and rolling. And so I was like, maybe, you know, God put you here for a reason, and y'all lost that game at the Breslin Center for a reason. And so I saw it as that, and I was like, you know what, maybe it's something I want to do, you know, for the rest of my life.
That's incredible. It's literally just like raw talent being put on a
Crazy,
field
yeah.
and it working.
It worked.
It works.
Like
It worked.
3 weeks in, I can't
3
believe
weeks
it.
in, first offer from Toledo. And another funny story, my head coach that told me to play football, his first college job was at Toledo 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was the DB coach at Toledo 2 years ago, and he just took the position at Illinois like 3 days ago.
Crazy, man. It's wild how kind of
Wild.
like life full
Life
circles.
full circles.
It's so crazy. All right. Are we ready for?
I think we're ready for rapid.
Honestly,
Ooh,
we're
can I tell them my fun fact first?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes. So I read, I don't know if you knew this. Where'd it go? So, where'd it go?
I was really interested
Fun
in
fact,
this.
that I need to see.
there it is.
I need to sit down and go on Google with y'all.
Yeah.
How are y'all finding this stuff?
It's kind of scary.
It's
I would've-
crazy.
Kinda like, the FBI should really call us
Yeah,
so we
this
can help
is
them out for
crazy.
sure.
You were the first Clemson football signee from the state of Michigan since 1975.
Yep. It was 75. I thought it was like 60 something.
Whoa.
I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to go back.
Nah, it probably.
But no, I think
it probably
was the Clemson
75.
bio.
Yeah, no, it probably was 75. But yeah, that was crazy. That's another crazy thing because like, how did I end up there? You
Right,
know?
yeah.
So
All because of EA Sports.
all because of
in the game.
EA Sports,
in the
man.
game.
Shout out to EA Sports.
Oh, man. Well, before we let you go, we do have one more game to play. And we play this with everybody. Everybody gets 5 questions. It's rapid fire.
5 questions, rapid fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
And what's interesting is that there are 4 questions that everybody gets. And then there's one that we specifically tailor to the person in the chair.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
Whew. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. So, the first one, what is your favorite play of your career?
From like high school.
High school or
anything?
college?
Ooh, in any sport, let's say.
Any sport?
Oh,
Ooh,
bro.
don't do that.
Bro.
Don't let me start talking about basketball. I'd say, honestly, that game versus Cody High School, when I got those 2-3 sacks in the first half, I'll never forget that.
Love it.
It's a good one. Your favorite athlete across any sport when growing up and why?
I'd say Usain Bolt.
Oh, wow.
What kid didn't want to be Usain Bolt back in the day, man? Come on.
The fastest man
man in the
alive.
world.
Yeah. No, I love it. Okay, this is the one specifically tailored to you, and I'm kind of curious which way you're going to go because there's an answer of which I found, and I'm hoping you corroborate.
Okay.
What was the worst punishment that you ever had in school?
The worst.
In high school.
In high school? My coach, Coach Bill. Rest his soul. So I had like a D on my report card my freshman year.
This is not what
Keep going.
But it wasn't. Wait, so this not what?
Keep going.
But look, the semester wasn't over yet. It was like just the middle of the semester, and he was like, "All right, at this track, man, you have to fix it." And so he made me jump over chairs the whole practice.
Bro.
Like,
That
he
is
set up
worse than
chairs
what
on
we
the
found.
basketball court, and I would jump over chairs like just for 2 hours, just jump over chairs, and ever since that day, that D got turned around so fast.
What happened if you knocked one over?
It got, hey, you got to eat it.
Yeah, your face
you
into the
got to eat the hardwood.
Okay, do you want to know the one that I found?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a homecoming week, and you were dancing on a desk.
A desk? How did you guys
And-
find this stuff? That is crazy. Where did you find this at? There's no way you guys know that. Oh, I have to call my brother because he was with me in the classroom.
Okay, so the story for the people is you were dancing on a desk because it's homecoming week.
Homecoming week.
And your English teacher, I'm pretty sure, like told Coach Parker.
Coach Parker.
And Coach Parker was like, "Oh, that won't be happening again." And so he had you roll like 400 yards.
He had me do more than that. I rolled probably like 1,000 yards. Then I had to drag. I don't know if you ever seen the big pop-up bags.
Oh yeah.
I had to drag it for yards. Like drag. Those things are heavy.
Yeah.
And I never danced on the table again. But it was homecoming week. It was in the spirit. We were all. Everybody was all on the little desk. We was just all turning up, having a good time. Homecoming week.
Skinny Ruke too.
The skinny Ruke, yeah, it was skinny Ruke. And having to do all that, oh my gosh, I'll never forget it. It was me and Sean, my brother Sean.
Yeah.
He was rolling with me too, because he was right on the table with me too. And so,
God, that's
man,
so
how
funny.
did y'all find this? This is no way. This is on Google. This is crazy.
So yeah, I mean, it's just we spend a couple hours just like looking you guys up and seeing what stories we can find.
Insane.
Yeah. When was the last time you thought about dancing on that desk?
Probably that time.
When you were on
when
that
I was on that desk.
Yeah.
I never thought about it since that day. Because I didn't want to think about it.
So sad time in life.
Yeah, let's never talk about that.
Are you a good dancer though?
I am a great dancer.
Oh, great dancer.
I'll say I'm a great
What's your
dancer.
go-to dance move?
My go-to dance? This right here is called the blade dance. Come on, it's like this. Yeah, it's a Detroit thing. It's a city thing.
I believe you. All right, Terrin, next one.
Okay. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why? And I have a feeling I know where this is going, given Usain Bolt.
Oh, yeah.
I could go that direction, too.
I didn't think about that.
But I'd probably go the direction of reading minds.
No way. You would
Yes.
want to know what people think?
I would actually want to know what people think. I'd feel safer, you know?
You know
I would
people's
feel
motives?
I know people's motives, yeah. So, like, if I see somebody approaching me, like, maybe he's, like, looking at me like, oh, this guy's huge. Or maybe he's looking at me for something else.
Right,
And
yeah.
so, I'd say read people's mind.
There is no way that I would.
You couldn't pay
Oh,
me $1
wait.
million
Dang,
to
there's
be able to do
so
that.
many.
Right. There's some
Dang.
good ones.
Ah,
A lot of people pick teleportation.
teleportation. That's
But
what
I
I was about to
would
say. That was my
Yeah.
second one. Teleportation. I wouldn't have to buy no flights.
Yep.
Them
Deal with
flights
Atlanta
add up.
traffic.
Yep.
Them flights and the traffic adds up, man.
It's like
Honestly, that's a good one.
Invisibility's one that people do a
Invisibility
lot.
is one. But reading minds is like
I'm so scared
that's
No,
like-
I don't
to
wanna
know
know.
the inner workings
Reading-
of someone's
I don't wanna
mind.
know.
I mean, it's scary, but it has its pros and its cons.
So in your hypothetical, can you like turn off the mind reading?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so like okay.
when I need, like, what's his name? He just does this and he can like see your mind.
Oh yeah.
I don't know his name.
From, like,
X-Men.
X-Men?
Yeah,
Yeah,
X-Men. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, last one. If you could recommend a TV show or movie to the people,
Ooh.
what would it be?
See, if there's one thing y'all don't know, I love movies and
Really?
TV shows. Like, I'm the movie connoisseur. Any movie, Rook's watched it. Any TV show, I might have watched it. But I would say TV show, Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Breaking Bad, I don't think there's nothing. Game of Thrones was kind of competing with that. But Breaking Bad, I don't think nothing.
I haven't seen either.
You've never seen either? Come
I've seen Breaking
on.
Bad. I have not seen
Breaking
Game of
Bad,
Thrones.
I don't think nothing topped this.
It's really good. It's like really.
It never gets boring. Like,
Right,
It,
yeah.
it truly never. You know, some shows after a while. Oh my bad. After a while, like, you know, they add the filler episodes and
Right,
stuff. Breaking
yeah.
Bad was no fillers
nah.
from my memory, and damn, I'm probably gonna watch it again.
right after this, yeah.
Breaking Bad for sure.
Love that.
Ooh, I kind of want to know his favorite movie real quick.
My favorite
Since you
movie.
said movie connoisseur.
Oh, yeah.
We got to ask. We're sneaking in a 6 bonus question.
My favorite movie.
Number 6.
Dang, I don't even want to say it for real. I wouldn't. It's not my. All right. See, I like movies to the point like I don't look at it as a movie. I look at it as like art. You know.
Oh, okay.
And the Notebook.
Yeah,
The Notebook.
man.
Heck yeah.
Like some people, they be ashamed to say that, but I'm not
Let's
ashamed,
go,
man.
bro.
The
No,
No,
Notebook.
you hesitated there, though.
I did
You're like,
hesitate.
yeah,
I
you're
did
like, oh,
hesitate,
no.
man. But the Notebook, that was a
is
great
art.
piece of art. Like
you
it was
cry?
written so beautifully. I didn't cry, but I feel like if I was a crier, I would definitely cry. Yeah, like who wouldn't cry
I
after
think
watching
this
that
is
movie?
our first rom-com
The-
answer
Would you call that
on
a com?
rom-com? No, I wouldn't
No,
call it
it's okay. First romance.
yeah. But it's just like, it's not even about, like, that was just a great, like, I don't even want to spoil it for the people who haven't watched it.
Oh, don't do it.
But when I figured out the ending, what was happening, I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But nah, The Notebook, that is a great movie.
Man, I was not expecting you to say
Notebook
that.
is a
What
great
an
movie.
amazing note to
Softy
end
at
on.
heart.
I know.
Softy at heart.
Movie
Skinny
connoisseur,
Ruke.
Ruke the movie connoisseur.
Ruke.
Man. Any movie you need to know, I know it.
All right. Well, I think that's a great note to end on. Ruke, this has been a blast. I hope you enjoyed yourself too.
I did.
Tori,
This is great. Yeah, I've had a great time.
whew.
Yeah.
Had a blast. Great job, team. Great job. High fives all the time.
Honestly, yeah.
I was like, what am I supposed to say next? And then I remembered. For everyone listening, be sure to like and subscribe to the Atlanta Falcons Podcast Network on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, and anywhere else you can listen to podcasts. Thank you for tuning in.